Welcome, folks. Today I want to take you to a place far away from our own planet, a land far beyond the stars and farther than our universe, in a different timeline where blood is milk white at birth, but darkens with every crime committed. Jacob is a 27-year-old salaryman and has committed 3 crimes in his life: adultery, DUI, and aggravated assault. Jacob's blood was no darker than yours or mine. It was a Saturday morning and Jacob went out to run a few errands. His friend was tagging along as they found it easier to shop together. Her name was Andrea. She was a year older than Jacob, but had known him since college. They went through their normal routine of going from aisle to aisle taking whatever they needed. And as they left the store, Andrea bumped into a kid as he was running by, and she tripped. The kid apologized and went on his way. But as Jacob looked down to help his friend up, he saw something. He saw pitch black blood seep from a small cut the trip had caused. Her and Jacob's eyes met, both filled with fear. Jacob trembled as he tried to speak. He stuttered, trying to get his words out. Jacob? Andrea said. I know this looks bad, but I swear I can explain. Jacob ran. He couldn't understand. No. Rather, he didn't want to understand what she had done to get that color of blood. His heart was pounding. All he could think was a single word. Why? Why was her blood that color? Why was it black? Andrea had caught up to him. She grabbed his hand and said, Come with me. We need to talk. After a lot of walking, they had finally reached Andrea's house. Jacob had been to her house many times in the past, but this time it felt frightening. With a gulp, Jacob entered the house and was sat down in the lounge. Listen, I understand why you must be scared. Blood is black when they've killed someone, right? Andrea stated this. Her presence was eerie. It felt like just by her being there, the room was more filled. Yeah. Who did you kill? Why did you kill? Jacob asked. That's not for you to know. Not yet, at least. Andrea didn't give Jacob a straight answer, leaving him with worry. A cloud formed in Jacob's chest. Andrea started to speak, but was interrupted by a loud knock at the door. Andrea opened the door to see police cars surrounding the front. Ma'am, you're under arrest. The security cameras caught the color of your blood. We know you killed someone, so no use in arguing. Andrea was cuffed and taken down to the station. She was interrogated, put on trial, and sentenced to capital punishment, better known as sentenced to death. Jacob was given one more chance to meet his convicted friend, and he chose to meet with her one last time. Andrea? Jacob said. Yeah, I know. Well, I guess you deserve to know, since I did say I would tell you, right? Andrea responded. It happened in college. You had a stalker. You didn't know, because I kept them under control pretty well, if I do say so myself. But they just wouldn't stop. They were insane. And one day they threatened to do something really horrible to you, and I snapped. I swear it wasn't for a malicious reason. I believe you. You've been kind to me since forever, but I don't think I can do anything about this. I'm sorry. Well, I didn't expect you to do much. Thank you for understanding, my friend. Thank you for everything. With those final words from Andrea, Jacob was escorted out, and Andrea spent her final hours thinking of Jacob. Jacob tried to fight for the release of his friend, bargaining with the officers, begging them to reconsider, or even change the sentence. But the officers couldn't do anything at this point. It was far too late for that. Jacob went home, defeated. He went to his bedroom and pulled his eyes out. It hurt knowing he would lose his friend without being able to change the outcome. He felt helpless. He found a short note in his jacket's pocket. Thank you for all the memories, and stay strong. Signed, Andrea. Andrea left him one final message. If only that kid had never bumped into her. Jacob kept repeating those words in his head. I think it's time we go back to our own world. And with that, I leave you be. Good night, and keep well.